So the original plan this week was to show you walk cycles, but as I started sketching them this week, I realized that I needed to know who was going to be doing the walking, and a creative emergency came on me, and I needed to figure out who was going to be the star or the stars of this channel. I would like to introduce you guys to the new stars of my silent comedies, Eep and Doodle. Let's take a look. So to explain this to you, I've had an idea for a Christmas short in my mind for a long time using two mice. Later, I decided that I wanted to do shorts with these two mice, kind of get used to animating, drawing. I thought it'd be a good way to just build my skills. So when I started working on the walk cycles this week, I really did want to figure out who was doing the walking. My brain started churning around, and I thought it was time I actually did some character development, figure out exactly who I wanted these characters to be. Years ago, I came up with the names Eep and Doodle. These are two different sides of my personality. Much more practical Ed was Eep, thinking safety, thinking things through, trying to plan things out. And Doodle is my more artistic and my carefree side. And I thought of using these two mice with these two different personalities. I had the idea of doing little shorts would be an easy way for me to just get my skills going, to be able to share things with you guys. I originally had Eep doing talking and Doodle being a silent, think like Penn and Teller kind of an idea. Later, this is going to sound silly, but I started watching Buster Keaton movies and Charlie Chaplin movies, old silent comedies, and I just absolutely love the physical humor they do without any audio. Added bonus for me is I don't have to worry about lip syncing. There's less scripting to worry about. I just thought this would be an easy way that I could hopefully do minute-long shorts and post them for everybody to see. Part of doing the character development was I needed to define the personalities for these two mice. So let's take a look at personality traits for Eep. Let's take a look at personality traits for Doodle. I wanted to incorporate these ideas into the characters early so that I could get a feel of who they are and what kind of actions that they would be taking during these shorts. Along with personalities, I needed visuals. I worked on a number of different options, of different styles that I wanted them to have. Ultimately, I kept doing sketches and I kept going back to some designs that I worked on months ago. I'll try to post those sketches here for you to see. But the idea was I wanted something that was kind of free-flowing, easy to draw, and that I could incorporate into two different personalities. I decided on a very simple triangle shape for the bodies with just loop feet, some free-floating arms that could kind of move around. Wanted Doodle, who was more of a free-flowing, artistic kind of a spirit, had a more round head that I thought would be easier to do squash and stretch for that anticipation and the free-flow movement of the animation. Eep, who is more practical, I wanted to have something a little more sturdy, so I gave him an inverted triangle, which would go along with his body type, but would be a little more symmetrical and just more practical. Facial feature-wise, I wanted simple animations. Originally, I thought about just doing lines. I didn't know if I would be able to convey quite as much emotion with that, even with eyebrows moving on. I did some facial expression tests. I'll try to post those here for you to see. But I thought between the basic body type and the head type, I would be able to convey different emotions, different feelings for the two different characters. To help try to distinguish those, I want Eep to be a little taller, Doodle to be a little bit shorter. I'm going to give Eep a rope. This would be more of a safety feature for him, a safety blanket. You could use it for measuring. It's also just another distinguishing feature to help between the two of them. For Doodle, I wanted one of his ears, I picked his left ear, to just be a little lower constantly, like it's kind of just always flopped down with a little nick out of it. The idea behind that is just being a free spirit like he is. Clearly in the past he had done something that caused his ear to be a little off center. The nick in it is just a visual aid, and also that he doesn't even mind. He doesn't even notice it. It's just part of his personality. So with that said, I worked up a number of sketches for them. I'll post those up here so you guys can see them. I also wanted to work out some color. I looked through a number of little color theories, what I wanted for them. I wanted some distinguishing colors, easy to separate them beyond just the physical appearance of them. The warmer colors I put on Doodle. I figured it was more free-flowing, warmer, just more energetic. So I kind of picked a browns, tans for him. For Doodle, for Eep, I picked cooler colors. I thought they would be more safety conscious, a little more practical. So I decided to go with more of a gray. So 2 shades of gray to keep him, give the 3D effect on him. As I'm going to incorporate these into Adobe Animate, there's a couple ways I can try to do some rigging on them to help me animate faster, and apply some different features to try to maintain that hand drawing feel. I'll be working on that in this next week, so hopefully I'll be able to show you some actual Adobe Animate sketches and see if we can do some movement tests on those. I am still working on some of the facial features, trying to figure out specifics of how I want to express emotion and thought without using any words. But I am extremely excited about everything that I did this week, the concepts between their physical appearance, their personality traits, and how I can start incorporating that into my learning incorporate that into the learning the practical applications of animation. I'll actually have something to animate, and moving forward, I think I will be using those as my case studies to help illustrate and to learn and share with you guys. Everything said, with the 2 personality types, I would love to see which do you guys relate to. Please leave a comment below if you think you're more like Doodle or if you're more like Eep. I would also love to hear y'all's opinions. What do you think of the design I came up with? Color concept, everything. Please share your opinions below. I'd love to hear from you guys. Subscribe, please. It does really help me out. Subscribe button down over here. I would appreciate it. You can follow along and see how things are going from week to week. Until next week, see you guys later.